stop this madness. What do you want from me? Ah, what do you want? Please!
Jesus, let me know. But they show no fish. They say you found it, but she's still gonna hold on. They say you found it, but she doesn't want.
Hello my lovely beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and don't forget to put on post notifications to know every single time I make a new video. And if you're not new, what are you doing? You already know the drill. Make sure you like, comment, and share. Tell a friend that I got a YouTube channel. If you guys see the title of this video, you guys already know I got another story time, and this this is quite the story time. Like, when I told y'all that I got so many story times, I really do. Like, I did not come to play, like, at all. And I got so many that I wanted to talk about. Oh my goodness. Y'all gonna be like, girl, how did you go through this? I don't know either. If you guys saw by the title of the video, this is about my worst friend group. I kid you not, these girls were out to get me. And when I was younger, I feel like I was very naive, and like I said in the last video, I don't want to like bash younger me because I was a child, but again, I do wish that I grew up with a little more confidence in myself and more wisdom, because the people that I was around just weren't good for me at all, and I had to learn the hard way, basically. I'm gonna try to explain this the best way as possible. So the old school that I was talking about in my last video, I went there for second grade, and then I went to the cousin school of my old school for third grade. And that third grade year was terrible, and I'm gonna get into it, of course, but after my mom realized that I wasn't doing well at that school, I went back to my old school and was there until I believe sophomore year, because it's a charter school, so it's like K through 12. So I stayed there for a really long time. I was new, I didn't really know anybody, and I knew the principal, and so did my mom, because her and my mom were good friends back then. So I was only like, you know, known to her, but everybody else I didn't know at all. So I don't know if these girls just like had it out for me the moment I walked in, but I do recall like walking into that classroom and they gave me like the nastiest looks ever. The other kids were just looking like, who's this girl? But like these other girls, like these three girls, and I'm gonna give them names. I'm gonna give them names in a minute. But these three girls, they were just looking at me like that. Like it was not nice. It was the other girls, I mean the other kids weren't looking at me some type of way. It was just those three specifically. They were giving me the nastiest looks ever. It was really giving like popular Mean Girls, and yeah, that's what they were giving. Okay y'all, so I had to write down the names because I don't want to lose track of who's who, and I don't like, this doesn't really matter, but I'm gonna give you guys a little bit of a description of what they look like. So the first girl, her name is going to be Mushroom. She was a Hispanic girl, a little bit on the bigger side. And then the main girl, like the leader, I guess, I don't know, like she was this tall, like black girl. She was like taller than all three of us. And then the third girl, Mushroom, I think she was a little shorter than me, and she was black. Those are the girls. So there's Potato, Giraffe, Mushroom, and now we can get into it. So yeah, Potato, Giraffe, and Mushroom, they were like all gonna be like giving me the nastiest look ever. Okay, so I decided to draw it out because I didn't think like using my hands would like do much of a representation. So most of the classrooms that were in that school were like this, like the desks were set up like this, and I was here, and then there was like 2 or 3 seats away from the girls, and those seats were empty. So I go to sit down. Oh, also, I forgot to mention that when I went in the classroom, the teacher was like, you know, say your name, and I was really quiet, so I don't think the girls caught my name. So when I sat down, I think it was Mushroom or Potato. One of the girls was like, oh, what's your name again? And I said, oh, my name's Lonnie. And they were like, you like to draw? And they said that because I had like a little notebook, and it was like on this page, like page open, like this already, and there was a drawing, and I was like, yeah. They were like, okay. And then after that, they didn't say much. The first day, nothing really happened. So I can't say like a lot of situations happened. I mean, like when it came to hanging out with them, it was like a situation every day. I just know that, you know, they were really mean to everybody. They weren't nice. They were their own little clique. And I know like people would try to fit in with them or try to be popular. I don't know why they were called like the popular group. It was just these three girls that were mean. That's not popular. That's not cool. Like, it's not. And I know they were also mean to teachers. Like, these were three little girls picking on grown adults. That's crazy. And they would do dumb stuff, like they would throw paper at the teachers, they would write stuff on the board. And back then, I'm not just gonna blame me being naive and too nice as an excuse for what I did. I will say that there was times where I tried to fit in and I had no reason to do that. Like, girl, like, why was you doing all that? So I do have two different situations that I can explain. And when it comes to the first situation, as I already told you guys, I was trying to fit in with these girls for no reason. Like, I had no reason to fit in with them. They just weren't nice people. And when it came to this situation, I didn't know exactly like what I was doing. And I'm going to get into that. We were in art class and we were literally just doing like free drawing that day. And they were like, Lonnie, like, like, they were like saying, draw this, now draw a circle, now draw a circle. I ended up drawing boobs, which I didn't know at the time because I didn't have that, like, dirty mindset. I didn't think any of it. They was like, draw this, and then draw something little, and then there was like, you know, show the teacher, she might like it. And I always show the teacher my drawings. Like, that teacher ate up my drawings. So I showed her it, and she was like, so she looks at me like, and she picks up the classroom phone and she's like, yeah, I have a student that I need to send down to the office. Again, I'm not thinking anything. I'm not thinking I'm in trouble. I'm thinking she's just about to get on the phone just in general. She's like, Lonnie, go down to the office. I'm like, okay. I get sent to the principal's office and she's like, why did you draw an inappropriate picture? And I'm like, I didn't draw an inappropriate picture. Like, what are you talking about? She's like, so why is I'm gonna say Miss Apple. Why did Miss Apple say that you draw some boobs? And I'm like, I'm literally confused. I'm like, what is that? I didn't even know the term boobs back then. I was like, what are you talking about? And Miss Apple brings my picture down and I was like, I didn't know, like, I wasn't trying to draw that. So I didn't really like get in trouble. I had to explain to them like I didn't know what I was drawing and they was like, okay, go back to class. So that was the first situation. And after that situation, I remember the next day they was like, throw some paper at the teacher or something, like something dumb. And I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. And they got mad when I said I wasn't going to do it. I stopped doing that stuff because after I went to the principal's office, like, my heart dropped. I was never like a bad kid. Like, I remember I had my bad moments, but was I a bad kid? No. And I didn't want to become like one of those kids that would always be in the office. That day really scared me and I didn't want nobody to call my mom because yeah, I wasn't gonna be doing all that. So ever since that day, like, they were already like kind of rude to me and being like sneaky, doing weird stuff. But after that day, after I like put my foot down and was like, no, I'm not doing anything anymore, they was being a little more rude to me. They were doing crazy, like, they were rude. So the second situation, this was kind of like an ongoing situation where the girls would try to like push me around, punch me, like playfully fight with me. And there was times where like I would kind of like let it happen. I'd be like, huh, and like try to do it back. But anytime I would try to do it back, one of the girls would hold my hands. I think it was Potato. Potato would hold my hands, and then the other two girls would try to do it. So the second situation was basically all three of us. Not all three of us. All four of us. I don't know how all four of us was able to go to the bathroom at this time. But all four of us were going to the bathroom, and it was weird. Like, I didn't think much of it, but now I do. I was in front of them and all three of them were behind me. And when I walked into the bathroom, all three of them started like hitting on me. Like, I remember saying like, stop, like, chill out, stop, like 3 or 4 times. And it made me really overwhelmed. So I started crying. And once I started crying, it was like, girl, chill out. Like, we're just playing around.
Girl, shut the fuck up. You thought you ate that? Bitch, you.
So yeah, that's the second situation. And after like I cried and I was like, stop, like they didn't really do that afterwards. They were just chilling until this third situation, which I really feel like they were plotting. Like, I don't know how somebody would do this in their right mind to someone, but I'm gonna get into it. So, as a lot of people know, if you didn't know, now you know, I have a peanut allergy. I'm not just allergic to peanuts though, I'm allergic to almost every nut except for almonds, but I'm literally allergic to all nuts. And I've had to deal with this allergy for pretty much my entire life. It's not one of those allergies where like I can't be around nuts at all, like I can't breathe near it, but of course if I touch it or if I eat it, it would be a problem. So this day we were at lunch and the girls what kid didn't bring snacks to school? Like, I don't know any kid that didn't bring snacks with their lunch, but we had the choice of free lunch or pack your own lunch. So one of the girls would occasionally pack lunch, and that would be potato. Sometimes the other girls would just bring snacks, but they wouldn't pack like an actual lunch. I would eat the free lunch. So, or I would like bring my own snacks too, but I was always eating the school lunch. So the way, if I can find a picture, because I don't know how to explain it, but like it was one of those like generic, basic cafeteria tables. Also, I'm gonna say this real quick because I don't want anybody to be like, oh, well, what if they didn't know? No, these girls knew, because I remember like a little earlier before this situation, one of the girls had like, what are they called? It's one of those like PB&J sandwiches like on the go. And they was trying to share and I was like, no, I can't have that. I'm allergic to nuts. And they knew. All three of them were there. They heard me loud and clear. And they were like, okay, cool, we won't give it to you. And they just ate it. So yeah, they knew I was allergic to nuts. So one of the girls, Potato, she had a Nutter Butter, like, y'all know those like snack thing. Again, if I can find a picture, I will find it. Those like little snack cups, and it had a bunch of like mini Nutter Butters in it. So I remember they wanted me to sit across from them. I didn't know why. Like, I didn't think much of it, of course, but now like I think like, oh, that's why. That's how, you know, they was able to execute their plan. I would usually sit with them at like one cafeteria table, but they wanted me to sit across facing them. So this is them, then this is me like facing them, whatever. So I think Potato, she opens the Nutter Butter. I'm not thinking anything of it. I'm thinking we're eating lunch. We're just eating lunch. And Potato opens her Nutter Butter cup. And she's like, she asked me a question. I don't remember, but she asked me a question. I get to talking. Why did this girl throw her Nutter Butters in my face? And one of them got in my mouth. So after that, like after the moment she threw them at me, I'm like this, I spit my food out. I already have food in my mouth. So like me like having the Nutter Butter in my mouth like freaked me out. I tasted the peanut butter. I spit everything out and I'm like, what the heck is wrong with you? Like, I start freaking out and all three of them are like, chill, like it's a joke, like we're just trying to prank you. What's the prank? I could literally die. Like, what's so funny about that? Like, that's not funny. Immediately I feel my skin itching, I feel my face. I run to the bathroom and I see there's a bunch of bumps and I just feel like my tongue tingling, like I don't feel my throat closing. So I rush to the nurse's office and I tell the nurse like I just had an allergic reaction. I don't know why I did not snitch on these girls, but I was just like, I think I accidentally ate peanut butter. My mom comes, she picks me up, and I remember we were in the car and I start crying. I'm telling my mom, like, I really don't like this school. These girls, I didn't say like who specifically, but I was like, these girls are being mean to me, like I'm getting picked on. And I was already like, I wasn't like doing terrible there, like academically, but I think my mom noticed like a drastic change when I went from my old school to this cousin school, and she just noticed like a lot of stuff was changing with me. And I don't want to just blame it on, you know, specifically just the academics or specifically just like the girls I was hanging with, but I feel like it was a mix of both. So she got me out of that school. I remember my mom drove from the school to, I think, like a hospital or the doctor's office. They gave me like kids Benadryl and something else. Like, I just remember drinking a bunch of liquid stuff and I was fine after that. I was only in that school for like maybe three to 4 more weeks, and then I got transferred back to my old school. And I'm so glad my mom transferred me back because I was not having a good time after that situation. Things were awkward. I remember like the girls, they were still trying to talk to me, be like, hey, you want to eat lunch? Like, you want to play at recess? Like, no, I don't want to play at recess with you girls. Like, you guys almost killed me. Like, no. I was trying not to say anything. Like, I was just being really quiet and distant to everyone, even the teachers. Like, the teachers knew like something was off. And I left in silence and I kept it pushing. I've kept a lot of situations to myself. Like, I'm just now like having the confidence to tell a bunch of stories to you guys. And I think I tried to tell this story to like a few people back then, but they all took it as a joke. No, it was serious. Like, this actually happened. And it was, of course, a learning lesson. A lot of the stuff that I went through was a learning lesson. That's how you live with life. Like, you live and you learn, sadly. And I had to learn the hard way that not everybody is your friend, especially at a young age. Like, bro, we were, like, how old are you in 3rd grade? I don't know. We were in 3rd grade. Like, 3rd graders really thought about like hurting me, like physically. Like, that's not okay. That's not cool. Like, why would you want to hurt someone that has an allergy they could literally die from? Alright, my lovely beautiful people, that is all for today's video. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up and leave a comment if you want to. And again, if you're new to my channel, don't forget to subscribe. Click that button. All the hot people subscribe. Literally, it don't take long to subscribe, so go ahead and do it. And if you guys ever have suggestions again for a video, or if you guys ever want to chat with me, I will put all my socials in the link in the description. Again, I love you all so much, and I will see you guys next time.